Welcome to the Mr. Wilson's Got a Headache podcast. I'm your host, Dennis the Menace. I don't usually go live, but I've decided to go live today. And the reason why is because of the circus we just saw in the Oval Office between Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and President Zelensky, I believe it is, from Ukraine. If you didn't know, there was a spat in the Oval Office. I believe President Zelensky is not satisfied with what Donald Trump is proposing as a negotiation to the end of the Ukraine war that's been going on for around 3 years now. And President Zelensky, he decided that he wanted to air out his grievance live on American TV. He didn't want to wait and do it behind closed doors. According to Marco Rubio and other people in the cabinet, including J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, this is how Zelensky has been throughout all the negotiations. He's pretty much been pretty rude, and he hasn't been willing to cave in on what he thinks should happen. So by now, I'm sure you saw the clips. And in this live, I really want to know what you think about it. Do you believe that President Donald Trump was right? Do you believe he was wrong? Do you believe Zelensky was right? Zelensky was wrong? I recently, before I got up here, I watched a few videos of a few other people who have commented on what they thought. One of the people I saw was Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A. said that he agreed that when President Trump said, hey, listen, you don't have the cards. In other words, you don't really have anything to negotiate with. That actually President Trump was telling the truth, and it was pretty disrespectful for President Zelensky to come to the Oval Office and do that in front of the world, not just the American people. I agree with that as well, but he also said that you have to understand, and this is Stephen A., that you have to understand that President Zelensky is a president who just left a country, who's at war, and he has to fly back to a country who has bombs being dropped on them, so he can kind of relate with how President Zelensky treated Donald Trump, because this guy is under so much pressure. Let me know when you come in. Leave a comment, like the video. I appreciate you stopping by. And I don't really agree with Stephen A.'s take about that. There's certain things that we all know. Thank you for coming in. I see people coming in. Leave me a comment. Leave me a like. Let me know what you think about the subject. Definitely. I want to know what you think. So definitely hit the comment section up. And please leave me a like. But I don't really agree with Stephen A.'s take on this war and the way that Zelensky treated the president of the United States in the Oval Office. I don't care if the president is a Republican or a Democrat. One thing that you have to recognize is that the president of the United States holds a lot of power. The United States holds a lot of power. And Donald Trump was right. Ukraine does not have anything to negotiate with. If we were to withdraw our support completely right now, even Europe could not make up the difference. This war is dependent on our generosity. It's just that simple. He said, Jesus Christ is King, Alex Reyes. I agree, Alex. I appreciate the support in the comment. If you have anything to say on the subject, please let me know. I'm looking at the comments right now. This war, this continued war, is dependent on the on the willingness of the United States government to send taxpayer dollars over to Ukraine. Russian Republican. Jesus is white. Jesus, that's a whole different subject that I'm not going to get into right now. But unfortunately, in this situation, most of the negotiations are going to go through Vladimir Putin and the President of the United States of America. We don't need a bigger Soviet Union. Russian Republican. Okay, I can agree with that. What is this? What's this video about? Right now, I'm talking about the incident that happened in the Oval Office between President Trump and the president of Ukraine, and asking people what they thought about it. Do you agree with Zelensky? Do you agree with Trump? Do you believe that as a result of him acting this way, that this is going to prolong the war? For me personally, one thing that's true is that Russia has not really used its full might in Ukraine. And I believe that if this issue is not solved within the next month or so, it happened the other day. All you had to do is look up Donald Trump, Oval Office, Zelensky, with the president of Ukraine, and you can find video clips. But let's say that after this, President Putin said, hey, okay, it looks like the United States is backing up. They're not going to send the support. How about, absolutely, yeah, definitely go look it up, Alex. But what if Vladimir Putin said, okay, forget it. Let's mobilize 3 times the troops. So we'll go from 200,000 to 600,000. We'll stop using old tanks and we'll start using our brand new tanks. We'll stop using our old planes and we'll start using our brand new planes. And let's go ahead and get this thing over with as soon as possible. The only way that Russia could be stopped under those circumstances is if Europe got involved, but most importantly, only if the United States got involved. If you're still on this, please do me a favor. Take a little time, hit the like button for me so other people can see the video. I appreciate you. Just take a couple seconds, hit the like button for me, and I thank you in advance. Ukraine is in a precarious situation. You know, Russia, short of experienced men, they hire Koreans. Yeah, they have hired some Koreans. They have. But Russia also has the ability to get people like Kazakhstan and Belarus and other countries that are a part of the former Soviet Union to send some troops. They haven't done that, but they do have treaties that gives them the ability to do such things. Not only that, they could possibly get China involved. And that's what's called a world war. And if we continue to prolong it, I mean, that's kind of inevitable. The longer this drags along, the more people are going to see the need to get involved. Do me a favor, like the video for me. Hit the like button for me. I appreciate you. But me personally, when you come in, do me a favor, hit the like button on the video. I appreciate you stopping by. We're talking about what happened with President Trump and Zelensky. And I'm just giving my opinion on it. The comment section is open. I want to hear what you think about it. Russia, young men left in millions. Yes, and a lot of men from Ukraine left as well. And one thing, I had a conversation with somebody that I know locally, and they were talking about how it's that we should definitely keep fighting so that Russia will stop. And so I told him, I said, hey, listen, you know that Ukraine has opened its military so anybody from the world can join the Ukrainian military. And I asked him, why hasn't he joined? Why hasn't he went over to sign up to fight? And he got quiet. There are hundreds of people dying every single day in this war. So since Zelensky did what he did in the Oval Office, let's say 200 to 400 people have died since then. Right now, while we're having this conversation, there are bombs dropping, there are guns being shot, there are tanks moving through cities, and people are dying. And so the question is, everybody knew that once Russia made its advance into Ukraine, that there was going to be territory that was never returned back to Ukraine. You would literally, the only way you're going to get Russia out of Ukraine is by defeating their military. You're going to have to push the front lines in your favor. You're not going to do it at the negotiating table. You might get some territory back that way, but not most of it. Difference is Ukraine men can't collect welfare or checks if they are called up in foreign countries. No, they can't call welfare checks Yeah, I'm not sure what that has to do with the conversation. If you want to explain it a little bit better, please let me know. And when you come in, do me a favor, like the video. Lillian, hi, what's going on? How you doing? Let me know what you think, Lillian. Okay, so I'm guessing that what you're saying is, um, what, they're not gonna get paid for their service. All right, I'm not sure, but literally on this channel, I said when the war started, I drew a map and showed what I thought Ukraine would look like at the end of the war. I actually thought Russia would have almost made it to the river that kind of splits Ukraine down into Crimea. I thought it would have made it closer to that river, but they haven't. So Ukraine has done an outstanding job by keeping its territory, but they can't expect people to want to continue to fund a war, even though now, not putting politics in this, but according to people on the ground, Russia has been, the front line has been pushing. Russia has been making gains across the front line. Ukraine is low on men. Russia is low on men as well, but not like Ukraine is. Remembering that Russia has over 200 million people, if I'm not mistaken, and Ukraine has around 40 million. So they cannot keep up this war as long as it continues. Ukraine's defeat is inevitable. Do me a favor, if you're on here, like the video. I appreciate it. Hit the like button and let me know what you think in the comments. Just hit the like button. It only takes a second. But do me a favor, just hit that like button and let me know what you think about the video. It only takes a second. But one thing that I really thought was disrespectful is the way that Ukraine was talking in the Oval Office. The way Zelensky was talking in the Oval Office. Those type of conversations are better kept for private rooms. It just wasn't a good look. It didn't really show respect for the United States. I believe it shows, let's see, it's dang it right now. Russia is wonderful. Russia has 140 million. Ukraine has 32 and 10 overseas. Okay. 32 million. Okay. Yo, if you're here, I appreciate you stopping by. Hit the like button when you come in. Do me a favor, hit the like button and go to my channel, subscribe to the channel, and go see some of my other comments. I don't usually go live. I'm trying this out to see how it goes. I usually do a lot of professional type edited videos, but I'm glad you stopped by, and let me know what you think about this conversation in the comment section. But there is literally no way without external help that Ukraine could ever defeat Russia. With what Russian Republicans said is that Russia has 140 million people. Ukraine has 32 million people. That's like saying in professional boxing that they're going to put a heavyweight against a lightweight and the lightweight is going to win. It's a reason why we have weight classes. It's a reason why we divide people in these sections, divide people up according to these weight classes in professional sports, or especially in boxing and things of that nature, even age groups when we start talking about children, because these differences have a profound effect on the results of competition. It doesn't mean that Ukraine shouldn't defend itself, but it does mean that the only way Ukraine can win is if people continue to fund this war, and eventually several generations of Ukrainian men are going to be wiped out, and they're going to have population issues for 50, 60 years. At this point, Ukraine is on the back foot. I think it's very irresponsible of Zelensky to not deal with that fact. They're on the back foot. They can't win the war. They cannot win this war without our support. And they can't expect us to give them support for free like Biden did. I don't know why Joe Biden decided to do that. Usually these things historically are done via a loan, which is the reason why so many countries in Europe were financially strapped after the First World War. World population is shrinking anyway. Yeah, world population is shrinking. I know population in China is beginning to shrink. It's because, and the world population is shrinking because of the losses of World War II, World War One and World War II, but mainly World War II. Have you ever seen the population curve? That's why we have this generation called baby boomers. And then after baby boomers, because so many people were at war, well, baby boomers didn't have the generation before baby boomers. Their children is Generation X, which is right under baby boomers. And you see, there are a lot less people in Generation X than there were baby boomers, because baby boomers were born when people came back from war. So we had this great population boom. And then baby boomers, the children of baby boomers, most of those are what I am, millennials. And so millennials, our generation is almost as big as baby boomers, but every generation after us is much smaller because people are just not choosing to have children. So the world is having a population crisis. And Ukraine was right in the middle of that. A lot of those wars, when Germany swept across Europe, they happened on Ukrainian territory. All right. They swept right through Poland with their flat lands and no natural barriers. And then they came to Ukraine, and that's where a lot of those wars were happening. So, you know, here we are again. Let me see. U.S. signed Budapest Memorandum, low birth, Asia 20. Okay, okay. Do me a favor, if you're watching the video, just hit the like button for me. I appreciate it. If you hear, it doesn't take long, and it is greatly appreciated. And go to my channel, check out some of my other videos, subscribe to the channel. I definitely want to see you back. I really try to talk to people and see what they think, talk respectfully to people, even people who disagree with me. So give me that like, give me that thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Go check out some of my other content. But yeah, there is no way without our support that Ukraine is going to win this war. And if the United States pulls back its support after this circus in the Oval Office, then it will definitely fall on Europe alone. And the only way Europe can do it is by not only sending support, but because of the high death rate in Ukraine. Hit the like button for me when you come in. I appreciate you stopping by. Hit the like button. Check out some of my other content on my page. Subscribe. I appreciate the likes for the people who've done it. Only takes a second. But if Europe was to get involved, Europe would probably put soldiers on the ground in Ukraine. And when that happens, what do we have? Anybody want to tell me what that looks like and what that means? Oh, I appreciate everybody coming in. I see there's a lot of other people who just came in. We're talking about what happened in the Oval Office with President Zelensky and President Trump. If you're here, do me a small favor. Just hit the like button and come right back to the video. I appreciate the ones who are willing to just do that little small thing for me. Hit the like button. But if Europe, and here's the thing, if Europe gets involved with the war, and Russia strikes Europe, because the European nations are a part of NATO, the United States must then get involved. We've already talked, the president of France have already talked about possibly putting soldiers in Europe. How many kids you have? I have 2 children. I'm not sure why that's relevant. But if Europe gets involved, then all of a sudden, the United States must get involved if Europe is struck by Russia. All of this could have been over yesterday when this meeting happened with President Zelensky. But if it's not held together now, we are the closest we've ever been to a world war in this moment right here today. It's ridiculous how quick things can change. And it is all because of a president in Ukraine. Not all because, But the last straw that, or the last thing that broke, is because of a president in Ukraine who, even though his back is against the wall, wants to dictate the terms of negotiations without giving it a clear thought of what really needs to happen. How many? Let me see. I seen video. He said most people are having one child. Yeah, I have 2 children, but I really don't want any more. So yeah, the population across the world is changing. The birth rates are dropping, and Ukraine, just like after World War II, when most people had issues with population, we're seeing those things come to head now. And now Ukraine has pretty much lost an entire generation of men. They've got women who are in other countries who may never return back to Ukraine. But all of this war could have been stopped if Ukraine would have just signed the agreement. Now, I don't agree with President Biden giving away all this money for free. I do agree that it should have been a loan. And whenever you try to do anything when it comes to war, you have to think about the actual monetary cost of war when you do anything. You can lose a war if you run out of money. It's not all about fighting and shooting. If you run out of money and you can no longer produce bullets, you can no longer produce guns, all your planes are destroyed, your navy is destroyed, the morale of your people is gone, you're having starvation in your country, that is a victory for the other side. And under those circumstances, there is no negotiations. That country simply comes and takes what they want. If you just joined, do me a favor, like the video, hit the like button for me. It only takes a second. I appreciate everybody who's already done that. And think about subscribing to my channel. I got a lot of professional videos on my channel. I've actually talked about the Ukraine war and what's happening in Israel. I've been talking about it for months now. And I'm not sure. Right now, I'm just not sure. But I appreciate everybody who's willing to take that, to do that small thing, which is to hit the like button. It really it helps me out a lot. Let's see. Budapest memorandum was about Ukraine giving up its nukes for territory protection. Yeah, they were supposed to give those up. They gave them to Russia, right? Yeah, Ukraine is they have really good engineers, mechanics, and just they are really good with designing a lot of things that the Soviet Union used, signed in '91 by USA and Russia. Here's another point. I'm glad you brought that up, Russian Republican. How many of you, just let me know in the comment section. I'm going to ask you a question, and let me know if you knew about this in the comment section. And hit the like button on the video. I appreciate you. How many of you knew that after the fall of the Soviet Union, in the early 90s, after the fall of the Soviet Union, that the United States Congress and the president signed a law that allowed the United States to send Russia billions of dollars? And you want to know why? If you know the answer as to why the United States gave Russia billions of dollars for a couple of years, well, for quite a few years, let me know in the comments. I'll wait about a minute or two to see what people think and what people know, and then I'll go ahead and give you the answer. But if you just got here, do me a favor, like the video. I appreciate you for liking it, and consider subscribing to the channel. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Steste? Stee? Who knows? World War II? Oh, you're asking me what happened. If anybody knows the answer to the question as to why the United States government gave Russia billions of dollars every month, every year, after the fall of the Soviet Union, please let me know, because I think this is the biggest reason why Ukraine has to be careful with Russia. They have positioned themselves very well, if I say so myself. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. I appreciate you being here. Hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. I do a lot of videos on politics, geopolitics, and just social things as well. You said, oh, after for food. No, Russian Republican is not for food, but I appreciate you you participate in the comment section. And if you're here, just hit the like button for me. I appreciate you. When you get here, just hit the like button for me. I appreciate you. Okay, so this was the question. I'm about to give you the answer. After the fall of the Soviet Union in the early 90s, the United States Congress and the president signed a law that allowed the United States to give Russia billions of dollars, even though Russia had just fallen into a depression and they were our arch enemy. They still gave them hundreds of billions of dollars a year. And the reason why, a portion of it was food, like you said, Russian Republican, but that's not what I'm talking about. The reason why is so that Russia could upkeep and maintain its nuclear arsenal, which was the largest nuclear arsenal in the world and today remains the largest nuclear arsenal in the world. The United States government, the Senate and the House and the president gave Russia hundreds of billions of dollars to upkeep its nuclear arsenal after the fall of the Soviet Union. And that's the biggest thing here. Russia still has the largest nuclear arsenal in the world. They have never used a nuke on people. We have in the United States. We have. We're the only country that has. But that is something that Ukraine must consider. For that reason, Russia will never see a major invasion. Not only that, up until SpaceX and what NASA is doing now to get back to the moon and to go to Mars, the United States and the space station, NASA, was buying all of its rockets or using all of its rockets. All the rockets that they use were coming from Russia. So we know that they know how to build a reliable delivery system. This is what you have to think. You have to think outside the box when you're thinking about these types of situations. I see there are 22 people in here. I appreciate you stopping by, but don't just stop by. Hit the like button. It only takes a few seconds, and it's greatly appreciated. Go to my channel and check out some of my other videos. I don't usually go live. I do professionally edited videos on a regular basis. Go check out some of those videos and consider subscribing to the channel. Let me see what the comments say. Oh, after food. Oh, I think I heard that. Yeah, it's true. Operation Paperclip. There you go. Pressure. I appreciate that. Yep. It look like some other people know what I'm talking about. I think Putin won't do it because Ukraine is only 40% of Russia's federation. Yeah. Yeah, Ukraine is extremely small. But we have to consider, and that's why I believe President Trump is saying you are gambling with World War III. You are gambling with World War III. This war needs to end. People need to go back home. Soldiers need to go back home because as both countries weaken, especially Russia, both countries become more desperate. And it becomes more likely that there will be some limited nuclear exchange. Do I believe we're there now? I believe we're closer now than we've been in the last 3 years, because if the United States pulls its support, then Russia has to accept that it's going to continue to have hundreds and thousands of its people die every single week. Do me a favor, like the video when you come in, hit the like button. We're talking about what happened in the Oval Office between President Zelensky and President Trump. Do me a favor, hit that like button. It only takes a second and it's greatly appreciated. And also let me know what you think in the comment section. Putin has 300 billion oil in Siberia, has a family. He wouldn't risk that biscuit. Well, let me ask you a question, and everybody in here, let me know if you've ever done this in the comment section. Have you ever looked from the outside in and seen somebody do something, and then you would say to yourself, I would never do that. But then in a public setting in front of all these people looking at you, the pressure of all those people, after you said you would never do it, then you're faced with a situation sometime down the road. And because of the pressure of the people around, you found yourself doing something similar or close to the thing that you said you would never do. If you've ever succumbed to any type of peer pressure at any age of your life, let me know in the comments. So to say that Russia would never do it, I just can't buy that. It's too risky to say definitively. And when you come in, do me a favor, hit the like button. I appreciate you being here. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I appreciate you. I need some more likes. Hit the like button. Thank you for stopping by. And join the conversation. We're talking about what happened between President Zelensky and President Trump. Let me see. His parents go to private school in Switzerland. Okay, yeah. I hear he's a very rich man at this point. But have you ever succumbed to any type of peer pressure? And have you ever in your life done something that you thought you would never do? He said Putin is a Russian nationalist. Interesting, okay. S-T-S-T. I mean, S-T-E-S-T-E. I'm just going to spell your name because I can't tell you I know how to say that. Yeah. So, yeah. After the fall of the Soviet Union, the United States Congress and the president signed a law that will fund Russia's nuclear program so that it wouldn't deteriorate even though Russia was in a depression, because nuclear weapons deteriorating anywhere in the world is not good for anybody in the world. So we have to keep that in mind when we start talking about Russia. I just found out your channel now. Great convo. Wes M, I appreciate it, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button for me. Everybody take a little chance. Everybody take a little time and go hit the like button. I see 18 people in here right now. I see 7 likes. If we can get you, if I could get myself to 20 likes before I end this video, I would be greatly appreciated. Just hit the like button for me. And the comment section is open. I want to hear what y'all think about it. And if there's something I'm missing. Russian Republican, he said Russia is for Russians while he sends Koreans and Africans to the front. Putin is like top 10 rich in the world. I've heard that he's extremely rich. Somebody said that they think he may be the world's first trillionaire. But I'm not sure about that. I don't think that's been substantiated. But yeah, should the United States continue to send hundreds of millions of dollars into Ukraine, or that's the question I want to ask right now. Should the United States continue to send hundreds of millions of dollars into Ukraine, or should we fight for a peace deal? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Should we continue to fund the war, or should the war end? What do you think? The comment section is open. I want to hear what you got to say about it. Me personally, I'll give you my answer later, but I want to know what you think about it. Should we continue to send money, or should the war end? And do you believe what President Zelensky did in the White House was respectful or disrespectful? He wouldn't risk it for a small agricultural country like Ukraine. Has minerals, but we didn't know how much. Yeah. I could see, I mean, you could say that because Ukraine is so close to Russia. Hey guys, I see there's more people in here. Do me a favor, hit the like button and join the comments in the comment section. Let me hear what you got to say about what happened in the Oval Office between President Trump and President Zelensky of Ukraine. Hitting the like button only takes a second, and if you hit it, the next time I drop a video, which will be tomorrow, a professionally edited video like I have on my channel, go check those out and subscribe. But the next time I drop a video, it'll automatically show up in your feed so you can see if it's something you want to see or not. So definitely hit that like button. That like button will make sure that my content is in front of you again, so you can make a decision as to whether you want to continue to see it or not. Yeah, Ukraine is, they call it the world's breadbasket because of how much grain, high quality grain it produces. Ukraine is also the largest country in Europe outside of Russia. Russia can't continue in another year or two. Yeah, possibly, but how many people would die in another year or two? And the question is, and I'm not going to say are their lives that unimportant. The people on this live, is your life so unimportant that you should just be cannon fodder? Let's make it personal. Is your life that unimportant? Because it's easy to say their life because we don't see them. Put yourself in that position. Is your life so unimportant that no one should care and you should just be a distant memory because someone is trying to prove a point? Russia can't continue. Okay. All right. I, for one, think that it was highly disrespectful what he did. Well, Zelensky is still high on poll. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's see. Tony two times. What is the title of this video? Let's see. W. Who was right? Well, we're talking about what happened with President Zelensky and President Trump in the Oval Office, and getting people's opinions about whether the war should continue or not. And do me a favor, guys, when you come in, hit the like button. And if the title is wrong, sometimes you get autocorrect. I decided to go live on my cell phone. Usually I go live with like professional lights and cameras. As you can see that light over there, I'm a professional videographer who has a YouTube channel. So this YouTube stuff on the phone is kind of new for me. But when you come in, hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. Let's see. What is the title? Let me see. Who is trying to prove a point? Who started this war? Well, see, who started the war? Some people say Russia, but there is proof that the United States and European nations said that they wouldn't do any westward expansion. Me, I'm the type of person, I keep my word. So when I see somebody not keeping their word, it kind of sits wrong with me. And if I'm dealing with people who don't keep their word, we don't deal with each other long. It's over. I'm gonna come talk to you and say, hey, listen, man, what you did was wrong. You said you were gonna do something else. You didn't keep your word. I have no ill will to you, but this relationship cannot continue. That's the way I operate. That's the way I was taught. That used to be the morals in the United States. So considering we didn't keep our word, who influenced the war first? I think it's important for us always to keep our word. That's just me. What do you think about that? Do you think that we have any problems? That we have any, it's wrong for us to continue to do what we said we weren't going to do when it comes to NATO's expansion? Zelensky isn't high in the polls at Russia Republic. Okay. Actually, I was surprised. I saw a video of a woman lose her husband and son, and she was fight on. Okay, she said fight on Russians should provide a document where the U.S. and EU said they won't expand westward. That's right. I believe they said there was no document, but so many of our officials said that the conversation was definitely had. That's what we said. And even if I don't sign something, if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to keep my word. Putin said little green men invaded Crimea. Yeah, they did. Putin said military exercises. Yeah, deception is a part of warfare. Deception is a part of warfare. You always want to try to keep the element of surprise. That's just one-on-one with warfare. That's even with, let's say, football or basketball. When people do a crossover and they fake like they're going one way to come the other way, that is deception. It is manipulation, and that's a part of warfare. Manipulation and deception is a part of warfare. But let's see. Anybody who's here who hasn't liked the video, do me a favor. Go ahead and like the video and let me know what you think about what happened in the Oval Office between Ukraine's president and Donald Trump. And just let me know what you think about this war. Okay, and whether or not you think it should be over, and the fact that this deal fell apart. Are we going to see some escalation as a result of this deal falling apart? Now Russia felt like the war was going to be over, but Strategically, from the Russian perspective, what would you be telling the president after this deal falls apart? Would you say, hey, let's just keep going like we've been going? Or would you say, hey, listen, let's turn up the gas. It doesn't look like the United States is going to be able to stop this war. We need to give it a full effort so we can try to end it ourselves. That seems like it make a lot of sense to me. Do me a favor, like the video when you come in, like the video. Let me see. It was staged. Neo. So, Neo, the one. What do you mean when you say it was staged? What was staged? And Neo, do me a favor, like the video for me. I appreciate you being here. What was staged? Yeah, I just believe that his advisors are saying, hey, listen, if we want this war to end, we're going to have to end it ourselves. We need to throw everything at them. We need to get our manufacturing of our military equipment needs to increase. We need to go ahead and start training guys who are 18 to 25. We need to mandate and increase the size of our military. And once, that's what I believe that is going to happen if this is not dealt with within the next month or so. What's over, Neo? He's talking about Trump meeting Zelensky. Oh, okay. You saying that it's over? There's going to be no, it's too late. Yeah, you know what, man? I really hate to say it, but I agree with you. I'm not sure if a deal can be made. And the problem with it is that because of the agreements that we've made in the United States, if any European nation that's a part of NATO is bombed, we have to go to war. So I guess the question is, are we witnessing the final escalation towards World War III? I'm European. We don't understand how people in USA think, man. Well, I completely understand, man. Um, if you want to know how people in the United States think, subscribe to channels like this. I do videos on geopolitics. I talk about what I know. I used to be a heavily involved in the elections here in the United States. I used to work for multiple candidates, House candidates, gubernatorial candidates, presidential candidates, helping them get elected. So I've seen some things and I've learned some things, and I got a little age on me, so I got some experience. So definitely, I would love to have you as a subscriber, and in the comment section, Neo. Let's see. And when you come in, guys, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up, like the video. I appreciate you being here. If you hit that thumbs up, the next time I release one of my normal videos that you can see on my page, it will be in your feed because you like the videos. And then you can decide later if you want to subscribe. But if you want to subscribe, go ahead and give me a chance. If you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe. But hit the like button for me and subscribe to the channel. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Who did I vote for? I voted for Donald J. Trump. I'll tell you this. I voted for Donald J. Trump, but I used to be a Democratic strategist. I used to heavily work with the Democratic Party. I used to travel to Puerto Rico, all across the country, to Chicago, New York, Texas, LA, working on campaigns for the Democratic Party. I worked for them for a long time. And I saw how they acted. I even know some of the people that are elected at the Democratic Party who are heroin addicts. I used to live in downtown DC. Look up, Google G Street Southwest Waterfront. G as in girls street, Southwest Waterfront. The place where I used to live was 2 blocks away from the White House because I was so heavily involved. So I know I've seen a lot of things that's going on. And some of those people, they sit around having political discussions, and they tying rubber around their arm and shooting themselves up with heroin at the same time. I never took any of those drugs, but eventually I had to get away from those people. So you are happy with his work now. I don't I don't take sides. I'm not a follower. I am somebody who thinks for myself. So I don't like everything anybody does. But I do believe that with the options that we had between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump was the best option. That's what I believe. I can't say that I'm completely crazy over Trump. I have definitely seen some things I don't like, but Kamala Harris just did not seem like she had the brain capacity to be the president in the United States of America. Damn, I'm done. All right. All right. I appreciate you and your opinion. When you come in, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join the comment in the comment section, guys. You can either like or dislike the video, but definitely, when you come in, hit the like button. It only takes a few seconds. I think I'm going to do maybe about 10 or 15 more minutes on here, and then I'm going to get off. But let me know what you think about what happened in the Oval Office. If you support Donald Trump, if you support President Zelensky, if you believe that we should just get our guns together and go to war with Russia, a nuclear-powered country. Because if Russia shoots a nuke, to my European people who may be watching, the least likely thing for him to do is to shoot that nuke at the United States. It's more likely that he would shoot it into Europe. Okay? Let's just be 100% honest. If there was a nuclear exchange, it would probably happen between Europe and Russia. Because if he did it with the United States, the world would be changed forever. There's no doubt about it. I agree, deport illegals. But Trump went way too far. What did he go too far with? Where did Trump go too far? You talking about in that meeting? Hey, guys, when you come in, like the video. Give me a like. I appreciate you being here. Show me some support by giving a like and subscribing to the channel. And go to my page and check out some of my videos, guys. I got some really good videos over there I want you to see. So go to my page and check out some of my videos. Let's see. And where did Trump go way too far? Where did he go way too far? Let's see. Gaza meeting disrespect. Okay. Now I do not support the idea of the United States taking over Gaza. I don't support that. I think ultimately there is going to have to be a two-state solution in Gaza, or we're just going to continue to fight over it. I do not support that. I do not support us taking over Gaza, because the first thing that will have to happen is those people are going to have to be moved somewhere else so that they can clean up all the rubble and the bodies and all of the grenades and landmines and everything else. It's going to take years to even clean it up. So I do not support that. Hey, guys, when you come in, I appreciate you being here. Welcome to the Mr. Wilson's Got a Headache podcast. I'm your host, Dennis the Menace. I call myself Dennis the Menace because oftentimes I say things that people don't like, and I don't care. But when you come in, hit the like button for me. Let me know what you think about this conversation in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. When you come in, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. It only takes a little while to hit the like or dislike button, but just let me know so I know if I need to continue with this type of content or if I should stop. He sounds like Putin. Let's see. He wants Greenland, Canada. I think Greenland was a hoax. It was he was saying that so that he could get talks going with some of those resources that they have. Chemtrails, helicopters, following me. You said they following you. What you doing, man? What you got in your basement? He don't complain about billions given to Israel. Yeah. I don't understand why we do so much in Israel still today. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But for whatever reason, that continues to happen. Hey guys, do me a favor, hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me. I appreciate you. And go check out some of my other content. Yep. So it looks like the conversation, the people in the chat are kind of 50-50 on this. His son-in-law Jewish, yes. It looked like people are pretty 50-50 on whether or not they support Trump. It looks like some people have the mindset that if you support anything that Trump does, and you're not a crazy leftist all the way to the left saying that boys can be girls and girls can be men, that if you're not on that wavelength, then they don't want to talk to you. And I think that if you think that you shouldn't talk to people who believe differently than you, then you are one of the worst type of people. You just don't want to be challenged. You're spoiled. Maybe you got everything you wanted when you were a child. I don't know. But if you're that type of person, I believe that you are one of the worst type of people, and that we should work to change society so we can stop developing so many people who don't want to hear anything else anybody else says. And you don't want your thoughts challenged. You can't absorb that the world doesn't revolve around you. Let me see. His son-in-law is Jewish. Okay. Let me see. TGAISMY fave facts. I appreciate that. T. We wouldn't have to send aid to Ukraine if Russia hadn't decided to violently invade their country. But you won't ever hear a Republican blame Russia because they've been trained to do so. You know what? I do blame Russia as a matter of fact. They definitely have something to do with it. But I also have to look at the United States going back on its word when we said we wouldn't increase the size of NATO. That was an agreement we made. I don't care if it was just done with a handshake or whatever. Like I said, I'm the type of person who keeps my word. And when I come across somebody who continues to not keep their word with me, they're not in my life for long. And that's just how I operate. So both sides have fault. Can we agree that both sides have fault, or are we just going to say it's only one person's fault? Can we agree that both sides have fault? Russia and the West both have fault in the things that led to this war, And when you come in, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the dislike button. Let me know if you like it or you hate it. Let me know. Like or dislike, let me know. And let me know what you think in the comments. So, yes, I agree with you, T. There is a far-right Republican who will not ever say that Republicans have done anything wrong. But at the same token, there are far-left Democrats who do the exact same thing. The people who decide what happens in a nation are the people in the middle who can hear other people's opinions. Those are the people who are really in control. And so we have to silence the far left and we have to silence the far right. And people like us who can have conversations and are willing to put our thoughts out for other people to scrutinize their thoughts, people like us, T, we are the ones who have to continue to talk and continue to make the final decisions. We're the ones who really run this country. And that's what we saw in this election as well. People got a little upset with the far left. And in the next 8 years, people are going to be upset with the far right. And it's going to swing back and forth like it always has. So, yeah. But what do y'all think about Ukraine and what happened in the Oval Office? When you come in, let me do my thing. Welcome to the Mr. Wilson's Got a Headache podcast. Welcome to the Mr. Wilson's Got a Headache podcast. Welcome. I'm your host, Dennis the Menace. I call myself Dennis the Menace because my first name is Dennis, and I'm a menace because I say things that people don't like, and I don't care. I try to keep it honest and true. And when you come in, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the dislike button, and let me know what you have to say on this subject. Guys, I'm not going to be on here for too much longer. I appreciate y'all coming. Why aren't any of the United States stupid allies on Russia's side? Don't they realize how popular and fashionable pro-Russia sentiments and talking points are among conservatives right now? Why aren't any of the United States stupid allies? I'm not sure, T. I'm really not sure, T. I'm not sure. That's a really good point. Really good question. Um, I think there is. There's been a swing. Let's talk about France. France Conservative Party pretty much won the election about a year ago or earlier in 2024. But Macron made a deal with a different party with two other parties so that he could keep some level of control. So it seems like the West, Europe, Canada, United States, Australia, everybody is kind of going more conservative right now. And a lot of times that happens when the money tightens up because sometimes the left can go so far left that they forget that a budget is necessary. I think that's what this election was most about is people's money in their own pockets. People want to help, but nobody wants to be homeless and help people. You can't be homeless and help people. You can only help people when you are stable. Somebody in the family has to be stable so they can have somewhere to lean on. If I don't have a house, then my children can't come back home and have a place to live when they make mistakes as they're young children. They're in their early 20s and they spend too much money and they had to come to me and say, "Hey, Dad, can I get in my old room?" And you're like, "Yeah." But if I was unstable and made the same decisions that they made, they wouldn't have anywhere to go. And think about that for a second. If I made the same decisions as my children, they wouldn't have anywhere to go. And I think that's what this election was about. It was more about money. And it was about the wars and the way that things were being held too. But the war is about money, how much money we're sending over there. So it ultimately ties back into the money. When you come in, do me a favor, hit the like button and let me know what you think about the conversation. I'm at 57 minutes. I'm probably going to get off of here right at about an hour. So if anybody has any final statements, if you're talking, I will continue to stay on. But if the comment section dries up, I might as well go ahead and cook these porterhouse steaks I got over there thawing out. Boy, they're going to be delicious too, man. I'm going to sit them in the oven for about an hour and a half. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but let me know what you think. And do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button. If you hit the like button, my next video will show up on your feed so you can see my other content. I don't usually go live. I do professionally recorded videos. Go check them out and give me a subscription as well, guys. But yeah, I've enjoyed this live conversation. I've met some good people, and T, Russian, Republican, all these other people, TYGAIS, my fave. Tiger is my fave. Okay, Tiger is my fave. Yeah, I want to hear from you again. So subscribe to the channel so you can go to my community tab and we can stay connected. I'm thinking about doing some video chats with my subscribers. So either you want it to be public or we can do some private video chats. But yeah, guys, I definitely would love to stay in contact with some of you guys. So subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. If you're watching this video right now, do me a favor, please. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Hit the like button or the dislike button, either one. Can we get everybody to do that real quick before I get off of here? You know what? I'm sitting here now, and I've done this so few times, I'm not even sure if I know how to end this live. Do me a favor, hit the like button, guys. I appreciate you guys spending some time with me today. I appreciate every comment. Even the people who didn't agree with me, you got me thinking. I wouldn't have thought these things unless you participated. So congratulations to you. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And when I get off, somebody do me a favor. Go and watch a few of my videos. Leave a comment on the videos and let me know, and I'll join you in the comment section as I see your comments appear. But that's all I got for today. Welcome to the Mr. Wilson's Got a Headache podcast. I'm your host, Dennis the Menace. And as always, I'll see you on the next video. Y'all have a good one.